All right, what's going on, DJ family, DJ community? DJ Reese here of No Stress Zone Entertainment. Hope everyone is doing well. Make sure you follow me on these social media platforms right now. It's DJ Talk, another episode. We're getting into it. We're diving in. Of course, again, man, shout out to my DJs, man. This is for y'all. All right, so I'm part of this group on Facebook called the International DJ Cafe. And there's many DJs in this group. There's legendary DJs in this group from around the world. And I'll be honest, I'm not um I'm not an active commenter on the group. I'm not as active. I do try to at least comment at least once or twice a month on post. I do like what's going on in that Facebook group. So shout outs to the creators of the DJ International Cafe. I saw something very interesting this morning during one of my entrepreneurship calls. So the guy's name is Jeff Rush. He actually wrote this yesterday. So, question to my DJs: has anyone ever decided? Oops, actually clicked off the post. Give me 1 second. All right. Has anyone ever decided to give a client back their deposit and cancel them because they are being too difficult or demanding? When I saw that question this morning, and it was actually posed yesterday, but I saw it this morning, I was like, damn, that's a good question. Damn, that's a good question. I got to comment on this. But very good question. And it's definitely something I felt like I'm starting to deal with as far as my DJ career is progressing and progressing. I'm in my 14th year of DJing. And yeah, I mean, this year alone, this month, I mean, we're in August. I actually had to cancel 2 gigs, one due to a client being very difficult. And actually, it was a wedding. The client, I think I have it on my wall. So right back there, you might be able to see a couple sheets of paper posted on the wall. So I sent my client, well, it was my client, not my client anymore. But I sent this client who was my client a itinerary to fill out via email, and they mailed me this on sheets of paper from a composition notebook in 2022. That's what they mailed me to my house instead of actually emailing back the itinerary in a PDF form. Why would you mail me back sheets of paper with information that's not legible on composition notebook paper? Doesn't make sense. But unfortunately, as an entrepreneur, a small business owner, a DJ, you're going to get clients like this. Trust me, you're going to get clients like this. And a lot of times you got to set the standard, you got to set the tone of what you're willing to accept and what you're not willing to accept. And I dropped the ball on that because I should have said initially, like, no, that's not acceptable. And then they actually sent me more documents on composition notebook paper. And I had it downstairs. So on those sheets of paper was also their deposit. I had to send it. I sent them a deposit back because it didn't make any sense to me. There's no way I'm going to struggle through these 8 sheets of paper that's not legible, and you're not willing to get on a Zoom call with me to figure out how your wedding's going to be structured. I'm not willing to go through that. I couldn't even read the name of the songs that she wanted. So to me, that was a wedding. The money was definitely not. It wasn't worth it. It wasn't worth my time, the aggravation, the stress, the hassle. And you, as a DJ, you need to make that choice. Is this money worth the stress, the aggravation, the hassle? Is to pay that good to deal with this unprofessional nonsense? Like you really gotta determine that within yourself. What are you willing to deal with? You know, how unprofessional can it get that you're willing to let things slide? Now, I'm just joking with that last part, but no, I'm being very serious. You got to understand as a DJ, small business owner, you know, of course you need to be professional at all times. You know, this is your business you're promoting, this is your brand, this is your bread and butter, this is how you make your money, this is your livelihood. But what are you willing to take, you know, from a client? You know, I wasn't willing to. That was nonsense to me, and I still haven't hung up. Still haven't hanged up on my wall. I was not willing to deal with that type of nonsense. And the second, you know, client in August, also too, you know, I cancel events if I feel I'm gonna be in an area that's not safe. You know, that's just me. You know, my livelihood is everything. At the end of the day, I need to get back to my family. That's the importance for me. When I'm done a gig, the only thing on my mind is getting home to my family safely, returning home. That's it. I don't want to be worried at a gig. Is it safe? Am I in a you know in a good neighborhood? And usually again, a lot of times price will differentiate that. You know, I feel like there's no way, you know, a high end price, high end service, you're not going to be in the worst of worst areas for the most part. You shouldn't. It can happen, but it shouldn't happen. But yeah, again, if I don't, you know, I may talk to a client, they're cool. I'll just like how they'll view my social media, I'll view their social media, see what they have going on, see what type of client I'm dealing with. Especially, you know, there's times where people will try to there's times I get contacted. Now I'm starting to get contacted a lot off of social media. And this is what people who are younger than me. I'm in my 30s. So I'll get contacted by people in their 20s, even teens, to have for me to DJ their parties. And to be honest, those are the type of parties I don't want to be DJing. But I'll get contacted. And of course, I'll throw my number out. Let's see if it makes sense. You're willing to pay it. And I say 6 out of 10 are willing to pay it because they see how my events look. They see how lit they are. They see how these parties are. But then when I go to their social media, or sometimes I don't even get to see the social media until, you know, we talk, contract is drafted up. I send them the contract, they send me the deposit. And then, you know, through that, I'm able to go through the social media or they check me out and then I go check them out. And I'm seeing all types of things I don't like. I'm seeing drugs on their page. I'm seeing violence or violent references. I can't DJ for you, man. I can't DJ for you. I didn't grow up. That's not to me. That's not the norm. I'm not comfortable with those situations. For some people, it's regular. You know, some people don't mind. You know, they don't mind DJing at the hood bar or whatever. To me, I'm not doing that. Like that's not my crowd. That's not what I'm doing this for. That's not who I'm trying to entertain. At the end of the day, I've been doing it for 14 years. Safety it is by far very important to me. But also too, quality of work, quality of clients, quality of people who I'm DJing for, and environment. It's all important. So that's just how I that's how I go about my business. But yes, I have turned down clients due to unprofessionalism or just annoyance or just being difficult. It's even a client recently I was almost willing to turn down. I have an event in September 17th. My second, like I have two events that day. The last event, and it's another client wanted that day. And I was literally willing to give up that day and give it to another client because of this client has been doing just unforeseeable things for the past months, you know, still not, adhering to how I do business and how to reach out and contact me and do it the appropriate way. They're not doing it the appropriate way, just just crazy. It's just like, I sent out a sheet for requests. They think it's okay to text me every 2-3 days. Hey, can you add this song instead of just putting it in the email form? You know, I don't know. Like, this is the most animated I have been, but I just got to be honest with y'all. That's what we're doing here. DJ Reese with DJ Tips. I'm here to bring the honesty of DJing. 14 years, also being on the radio too as well. Working at Z100, working at Hot 97, working at 100.3 WRNB, Hip Hop 103.9. I've been doing this for the longest time, so I just have to bring the honesty. That's what it's about. All right. So DJs, I want to hear y'all thoughts. Have you ever decided to give a client back their deposit or cancel them because they were being too difficult or demanding? All right. And my answer is yes. I have no problem doing it. And even as the further up and further up as my DJ career has been going, I have no problem and no worries of canceling a gig or giving a deposit back due to difficulties of a demanding client or a client that's just rude or just unprofessional. Yes, you will get your money back and you won't receive my service. And DJs, you should be doing the same. You know, remember, you're offering a professional service. Same way you have to be respectful, the same way they need to respect you as well. All right. So comment below, DJs. I want to hear your thoughts. Talk to me. I'm gonna put the Facebook group down below. Again, shout out to the International DJ Cafe. DJ Reese and No Stress on Entertainment. I'm signing out. Make sure you subscribe to the channel, like the video. Peace and love, y'all.